All right, and welcome back. We're going to be talking about chapters 6 through 10 in this one. I'm going to just go ahead and knock them all out. A lot of the feedback I've been getting is that it's a little bit too much for multiple videos to do like 10 videos of like 10 different chapters. I get it. And I'm probably going to cap it at 10. I think I told you about that earlier. Just to give everyone a heads up, the reason I'm always in this is because I get off work around midnight and then I go to the gym and then I come home and I do this because it's in my room and it's easy and it's fun to do, but I don't exactly want to, take a shower, get changed and all that kind of jazz, especially when it's something so audio heavy. But I will be dressed for like interviews and that kind of stuff. For this, I'm just kind of like, cool, I can just hang out, read to you guys, have a fun time. So we're going to be talking about Show Me the Money, chapters 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just again, this is the first time I'm reading the story, so forgive any mispronunciations and names. I might take a second to like make sure I'm saying it right, and I might not know the exact kind of feeling behind some of the sentences before I say them, but I will go with it and it will be fun. And after this, I will be doing a discussion on the 10 chapters I read to let you guys know what I thought and let you know my opinions, because I have one, as does everyone, and I want to know yours. So please comment below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe on iTunes to Immortal Index Podcast. You can follow the show on Twitter at Immortal Index. Subscribe on YouTube at Immortal Index Podcast. And hit that thumbs up. Also, if you want to do me a huge favor and get something in return, check out AfterBuzz TV. They do recaps and discussions on all your favorite TV shows. And I actually host the after show for Killjoys, which is a great sci-fi show. If you love this kind of content, you'll probably like Killjoys. It's very... if you're a big fan of Firefly and like Battlestar Galactica, it's kind of like along that vein. So if you're into that, check it out. For now, though, we're going to be breaking down and talking about chapters 6 through 10. I'll do a little bit of discussion after I get to 10, but not like the full discussion. So sit back, relax, enjoy the reading. And if you want to wait, I will be putting all 10 chapters back to 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 back on iTunes in two things. I'm going to do chapter 1 through 5 and chapter 6 through 10 as an audio download in the podcast on iTunes, followed by the discussion on the chapters, and then my interview with Satulu, who does the translations for it, which is coming Saturday night. So hope you guys will watch that. I haven't decided if I'm going to stream it live or not. I haven't gotten used to the setup yet. Plus, my gaming PC comes in 2 weeks, so we'll see what happens with that. But for now, enjoy, and here we go. Chapter 6, Furious Rooster. We normal peasants are so happy today, Fatty hummed as he arrived at the village's entrance. Wow, you guys, do you guys have any morals? So many of you are surrounding a single hen. Oh, damn, that's karma. Wait, why does it feel like something's missing? Oh yeah, where'd that rooster go? Hey dude, where did that boss blocking the entrance just now go? Fatty stopped a random player and asked. It left. The player hurriedly ran outside without looking back. Left. Fatty muttered in his heart. Then he jumped up and sent a hen flying back with a kick. The hen struggled a little before turning into a corpse mid-air. A familiar sound rang out by Fatty's ear. He was completely shocked, but still slowly turned around. As he expected, a huge rooster appeared in front of him. Hey, dude, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you... Hey, dude, didn't you leave? Why'd you come back? Fatty greeted the rooster, then ran away. At this time, the rooster acted smart. It immediately rushed over to block off Fatty's entrance to the village, causing the Fatty to only be able to run away from the village. Seeing that, the rooster crowed towards the sky energetically and then chased after the Fatty. Kill the boss, get the drops! Fatty repeated his former tactic and shouted as he ran. Some of the surrounding players all stopped what they were doing and pointed at Fatty. See, I knew it was all this obscene Fatty's fault. The rooster retreated the moment he left. An elven archer pointed at Fatty as he ran around shouting, Fuck, I was going to reach level 1, but it was all gone because of him. A dwarven warrior glared at the sprinting Fatty in anger. You got killed when you wanted to take advantage of the situation. How's it my fault? Fatty complained in his heart. Guys, come over and look. He failed to kill the chicken and is getting raped now, another player teased. Oh, hurry, block that Fatty's path. Don't let him run. 3 beastmen suddenly appeared in front of Fatty and blocked off Fatty's path in a line. Damn, Fatty, let's see where you're going to run to now. Warshield of the Beastman team laughed sinisterly. Fuck. Fatty wanted to run around the village a few times and find a chance to run back into the village again, but now he was blocked by 3 Beastmen warriors. He immediately understood that he wouldn't be able to return, so he turned around and ran even further away. Chase me if you dare. Fatty ran towards the east and towards a huge grassland. The grass was green and waved with the wind, creating a beautiful rural look. Fatty ran for a long time on the grassland and watched as his vigor slowly dropped. I won't even have the strength to fight to the death if I continue to run, so he could only stop and turn around. Damn it, just what sort of vendetta do you even have against me anyways? Did I rape your wife or sleep with your mom? Fatty bent his back and pushed his hands against his knees as he panted. The rooster was also tired as it panted heavily. Its bright feathers were also in a complete mess. In all honesty, the rooster was rather speechless in its heart as well. You killed so many of my concubines, I was just going to peck you a few times and let off some steam. Why did you have to run so far? I'm tired, even if you aren't, but I can't exactly go back like this. I did promise my concubines. Meanwhile, Fatty suddenly recalled the appraisal skill he had learned earlier, so he immediately used it on the rooster. Furious Rooster, Level 5. Notes, the evolution of an enraged rooster. It is a twice mutated boss. Level 5? Fatty jumped up. Damn, system, are you fucking messing with me? A chicken boss is actually level 5? And it's a mutated one at that. How is this a rooster? This is a fucking chicken guardian spirit. Yet, what Fatty did not know was that the rooster boss was originally level 3. Its name was just Big Rooster. However, due to Fatty killing too many hens by himself, the rooster was enraged and then mutated once. That increased its level by 1 and changed its name to Enraged Rooster. After that, since Fatty escaped into the village, then exited it and kicked a hen for fun, the Enraged Rooster targeted him once again, which triggered another mutation. This time, the mutation also increased its level by 1, causing it to become the level 5 Furious Rooster. Cock-a-doo! The rooster crowed, flapped its wings, then charged over. Ugh, I can't fight it, so I'll dodge. Due to the brief break, Fatty's vigor had increased by 2, so he then began to run around the grassland once again. Eventually, the fatigued rooster gave up chase before the sun went down and returned to the village bitterly. Fatty also collapsed onto the ground tiredly and stopped moving. No, how am I supposed to level up if this continues? Fuck! How is Lord Fatty supposed to look up at anyone if the fact that I got chased around by a chicken gets known by others? Fatty said angrily. So what if I have to lower level than you? I'll still play with you to death. After enough rest, Fatty climbed up and found a good geographical location. He spat into his hands, then took out his blacksmith's tool and then begun to dig. Fatty was an extremely petty person who would definitely pay others back tenfold to the trouble he suffered. He was unable to calm down at all from being chased around by that rooster for half a day, so he thought long and hard about how to pay that rooster back. I heard chickens have night blindness. This chicken shouldn't be too energetic tonight either. Fatty looked at the hole he dug, then grabbed some straw from his surroundings to cover it up. After double-checking to ensure that nothing was wrong with it, Fatty hurried back towards the village entrance once again. Hey, where's your boss now? Fatty stabbed a hen with his wooden sword, causing the hen to squawk and charge over. So crafty. Fatty killed the hen, then searched for another. When he finally killed the 13th one, the rooster appeared with a furious gaze. Hey, good morning. Still not asleep yet? Fatty greeted the rooster, then began to run. Fatty ran as fast as he could in front of the trap, then carefully moved around it. The rooster behind him was no fool either. As a boss, it could naturally see through the trap, so it confidently spread its wings and kicked off against the ground and begun to fly stably up into the air. Just as it moved over the trap, a thick and black pickaxe which has the stench of earth smacked down on the rooster. The rooster squawked furiously, then fell straight into the trap. Fatty dug the trap with the rooster fitting into it in mind, so it was only slightly larger than the rooster's body, allowing the rooster to spread its wings a little, but even unable to turn around, much less flap its wings. Ha! Kiddo, you want to fight me? Fatty had a smug look on his face as he held a strand of grass in his mouth. What are you staring at? Come on if you can. Come on, solo me. The rooster squawked pitifully, making a sound like a wolf's howl in the night. Fatty shuddered, and the strand of grass fell onto the ground. What are you shouting for? No matter how much you should... this is cheating! The body of the rooster in the trap glowed with a red light after it squawked, then actually leaped into the air towards Fatty. Fuck! Fatty rolled backwards and managed to escape the fate of getting his face ruined. Meanwhile, the rooster also prepared to attack once again, but only to find itself fall into another trap. Kiddo, I refuse to believe I can't teach you a lesson. I'm telling you, I already dug 8 pits here. You can take turns sleeping in each one, Fatty said proudly and swung the blacksmith's tool down. Squawk again. Let's see if you can jump out. The rooster was truly furious and began to grow insane. It repeatedly squawked and dashed, but it was unable to do anything against Fatty's tiny pickaxe. What's more, since Fatty didn't exactly have the cleanest mouth, the rooster finally let out a grudging squawk, then fell dead from anger, leaving a pile of items behind. Ding! System notification. Congratulations, you have slain the twice mutated boss, Furious Rooster, reputation plus 50. Ding! System notification. Congratulations, you created the skill Trap, reputation plus 10, experience plus 100, current mastery level 1 of 100. Ding! System notification. Congratulations, you have reached level 2. Ding! System notification. Congratulations, you have reached level 3. 4 notifications sounded out by Fatty's ear. It died just like that? I still have one more move I haven't used. Fatty was not satisfied at all. Created a skill, though. Not bad, not bad. But why did it only give me experience and not cash? Oh, huh? The boss actually gave me 500-something experience? That's value right there. Let's take a look at the drops. Chapter 7. Hair. Fatty pulled the Furious Rooster's corpse out of the trap, then used his newly acquired harvest to obtain 7 chicken feathers and a few pieces of chicken meat. Chicken meat. Basic culinary material. It can be eaten after cooked, plus 5 vigor and minus 10 hunger. Fatty chucked the corpse off to the side and looked down to see the actual drops. 8 gold coins. Damn. It was rich. Alongside the gold, there was also 30-something silver coins, quite a few bronze coins, which also came with 2 basic items suitable for Fatty, as well as a necklace. The 2 basic items were a pair of leg guards and a dagger. Leg guard of the rooster, basic. Leg guard, leather. Level requirement, 3. Defense plus 2. Passive, dexterity plus 2. Rooster's beak, basic. Dagger. Level requirement, 4. Attack, 4 to 8. Fatty then looked at the necklace. Huh? It needs to be appraised? Alright, let's do it. Appraisal failed. Appraisal failed. Hey, guess what? Appraisal failed. Ding, ding, ding. Appraisal success. After 20-something tries, the necklace finally glowed with a soft white light, indicating the success of the appraisal, and upped Fatty's appraisal mastery level by 1. He took a look at the item statistic. Chicken King's Madness. Bronze. Necklace. Level requirement 5. Defense plus 3. Dexterity plus 1. Active. Rooster Squawk. Instantly increase the attack and dexterity of the user and the members of his team by 30% for 30 minutes. Maximum 3 uses per day. 1 hour cooldown. Damn, a Team PK cheat item. Just think about it. If 2 teams are equal, then one side's attack and speed increased by 30%. The second team can't beat the first, nor can they run. Man, they'll be so annoyed. Fatty smacked the necklace and placed it joyously into his bag. Everything about the necklace is good, except for the fact that I can't equip it right now. Thus, he could only happily equip the leg guards and look around. Lord Fatty looks so cool. Now that I'm level 3, killing hens will be just a waste of my time. Good thing that I'm so smart. I'll go out and farm. In the fields in front of the village, a farmer-like middle-aged man wandered around. When he saw Fatty, he immediately approached Fatty with a smile. Hero! Huh? How did you know my middle name? Fatty asked in surprise. The middle-aged farmer trembled, then spoke anxiously. Hero, I'm the village's farmer. Recently, a lot of hares appeared on my farm, destroying all my crops. Hero, please extend your hand of justice and help this peasant out. Ding! System notification. Would you like to accept the mission, the field's danger? A mission? Fatty immediately became interested. Only a fool would do something good like this. Fatty immediately clicked accept, causing another system notification to sound out. Ding! System notification. You have accepted the mission, the field's danger. Mission details. A pack of greedy hares have appeared on the beautiful fields. They munched on the farmer's crops and dug holes, which then destroyed the fields. Your mission is to kill at least 100 hares in the field, as well as destroy their nest. Wow, you actually aren't even letting go of their home, but Lord Fatty likes wrecking homes. Fatty immediately charged excitedly towards the fields after accepting his mission. Ha ha, bunny! A gray hare leisurely nibbled on grass in the fields in front of Fatty. Fatty loves hares. Skin it. Put on some spices, then roast it on fire. That taste. Fatty walked over, nibbled, then used appraisal. Hare, level 5. Oh, wow, you dared to attack Lord Fatty? A hare suddenly appeared behind Fatty, then bit down, causing a blood-red -25 to appear on top of Fatty's head, draining nearly all of his HP in one go. Fatty immediately turned around and thrust his small wooden sword. The hare jumped to the side, but just as it landed on the ground, Fatty's thick leg immediately appeared. You attacked me? You actually dared to attack me? Don't you know that Lord Fatty's a rogue? You actually dare to compete with Lord Fatty in terms of attack speed? The pitiful hare was slammed to the ground, and just as it tried to turn over to bite Fatty once again, Fatty's other leg appeared on top of its face. Seeing what was going on, Fatty gave up on all other manners of attack and jumped up and down on the hare. The pitiful hare could only stare at the pair of muscular legs, then look towards Fatty one last time, then move on, leaving behind a small red pot, thus ending the life of the pitiful hare. Although it was 2 levels higher than Fatty, it still died under Fatty's feet. Harvest. Fatty glanced at the mesh of hair, blood, and meat. For some reason, he couldn't feel any desire to eat it at all, so he merely used harvest. Ding! System notification. Congratulations, Money Grubber harvested a ruined hare skin. Not bad. This is rather promising. Fatty decided to get more intimate with the hares for a while longer. Although he loved money, he was no fool. He understood very well that since the monsters in the field in front of the village were already of a higher level than him, the forest would only be even more dangerous. Smack! Step! Hack! Fatty danced around the fields and ravaged the hares one by one. However, these hares were rather foolish. As long as Fatty didn't harass them, they would lay on the ground lazily and eat grass without even doing so much as looking at its own kin howling. Seeing that, Fatty couldn't be happier. Thus, he repeatedly praised the professionalism of the hares in his heart as he mercilessly slaughtered them all. Ding! System notification! Congratulations, you have reached level 4. Ha! Level 4! Let me hack again. Huh? Why aren't there any left? Fatty chucked the wooden sword again and quipped Rooster's beak. Very handsome. Fatty killed 10 odd more hares, then suddenly noticed that everything in front of him was white, and the whiteness was no other than the corpse of the hares. The system was set to remove the corpses every half hour, so the bloody mess would only disappear when that happens. I can't let it go to waste. Fatty waved his hand and began to activate harvest again and again, gaining pieces of ruined hare skin and hare meat, which he joyously put into his bag. After he cleaned up the battlefield, Fatty began to leisurely roast a few hares, which he ate as he waited for the fields to refresh. When he finally finished a hare, new hares also spawned. Ha! Take this! Fatty waved his dagger, ending the life of a pitiful hare, which had only just spawned. Alas, the hare moved on before it could even see the fascinating world. Ah, gah! Fatty suddenly began to twitch as if he turned insane. The reason for that was that several hundred hares glared at him. Meanwhile, a huge golden rabbit king also stared at him with its bloodshot eyes in the middle of the hare herd, then smiled towards Fatty gently. According to the settings of Eternal, every single monster race has a boss, and the only difference between the normal monsters and the bosses were their strength. However, in Fatty's words, it was only their level of richness. Now, almost after committing hare genocide, Fatty finally brought out the boss. Hi everyone, I didn't come here to do anything, I'm just passing by. You keep doing what you're doing, I'm not gonna disturb you. Fatty greeted the hares with a chuckle, then began to run. However, that was not before he used harvest on a hare as he just stepped to death. The return was also great. He managed to harvest a hare skin and 2 legs. Hare skin, basic sewing material. Hare leg, basic culinary material. It can be eaten after cooked, plus 8 vigor, minus 16 hunger. Squeak! A sharp squeak sounded out in the hare herd. When they saw Fatty not even let go of their kin's body, they were completely enraged. Then all of the hares began to chase Fatty with their bloodshot eyes, obeying the Golden Rabbit King's orders. The fields were endless without a single tree, so where was Fatty supposed to run? The answer was obvious: the village. Fortunately, Fatty had enough vigor and added all of his stat points for leveling up into dexterity, allowing him to sprint even faster than the hares, directly to the village entrance. Come kill the boss! This is truly a rare opportunity, so don't miss out on it. Everyone, come kill the boss and get the drops. When he got there, Fatty began to howl again, as if he was a Samaritan who only helped others selflessly, and sought out boss after boss for others to kill and get the drops from. That's the end of Chapter 7. Chapter 8, Roasting Hares. Fuck, did you see that? It's that damnable Fatty again. He shouted just like that yesterday and pulled the rooster boss over and got countless people killed. Damn Fatty, this again. The Beastmen trio were in the village, and when they saw Fatty, they were unable to suppress their anger and spoke out the rage in their hearts. Hey, you 3! Fatty glanced at the trio. I got another boss! You interested? I'm not interested in a boss, but I'm very interested in you. Warax of the Beastmen team clenched his teeth. Oh wow, you're so buff, but you're actually just a bunny, Fatty exclaimed as if he discovered a secret. But Lord Fatty is a normal man. I'm not interested in the likes of you. Oh yeah, it's a rabbit boss, so you two might have something in common. Damn, Fatty, you're just asking for it, Warax of the Beastmen team said angrily. Brother Grubber, did you find another boss? Eastgate Blowing Wind was coincidentally killing monsters near the village entrance. At that moment, he already got a small team with him. All of their names started with either Eastgate or Westgate. It was very clear that they were friends, or at least companions. Look at it yourself. Fatty indicated a direction behind him. Eastgate Blowing Wind glanced over and saw a line of gray sprinting over. Run! The rabbits are clearing the place! Fuck, it's level 5 monsters, run! As the hares ran over, they instantly killed any players that they ended up running into. After all, most of the players were still level 2 or 3, so they were unable to stop such a huge herd of level 5 monsters. Quick, get back to the village! Eastgate Blowing Wind's face turned stark white as he called for his team members to enter the village. The village was a safe zone. Player killing was forbidden, while monsters were unable to harm the players within it either. However, that was only in most circumstances. If it was a monster invasion, then they were able to kill in the villages as they pleased. When Fatty ran into the village, he noticed that the number of hares at the entrance seemed even more numerous than when he'd seen before. Around 200 to 300 hares blocked off the village entrance, while their red eyes induced fear in all the players. Damn, Fatty, what did you do this time to piss off all the hares? Warshield of the Beastmen team looked towards Fatty. A level 5 monster was a high-leveled monster for the current players. It was terrifyingly difficult for a village, even with players averaging around less than level 3, to kill 200-something level 5 monsters alongside an even higher-leveled boss. Oh, but don't you guys like killing the boss and getting the drops? You guys seem to enjoy it quite a lot yesterday, so, Lord Fatty got a better one for you today. Go on, comrades, kill it. There's definitely going to be a great drop. Fatty waved his hand and said coolly. However, he suddenly felt a chill down his spine, causing him to shrink his head, took a few more steps into the village proper. We can't continue like this. Eastgate Blowing Wind frowned as he looked around. We got blocked off by a group of chickens yesterday, and someone screenshotted that and posted it on the internet. We've already become a joke. If we get stuck in the village because of a herd of rabbits today, then our entire village will have no face anymore. What's more, this is the time to furiously level up. Getting stuck here for even an hour might mean that we'll never catch up again. Yeah, we have to kill these rabbits, even if it's just for the honor of our village, another person agreed. Brother Grubber, what do you think? Eastgate Blowing Wind looked towards Fatty, causing the others to do the same. This damn Fatty, not only did he piss off a bunch of chickens to block us off yesterday, he made us lose levels, and he pissed off a herd of rabbits today. But wait, how could this damn Fatty be so charming that he manages to bump into bosses everywhere? I think these rabbies are just chasing this Fatty, so just throw him out, somebody spoke up in the crowd. Fatty could tell from the voice that it was Warlance of the Beastman team. Throwing me out to take the rabbits' leave after letting out their anger? Would you guys have face in front of the people from the other village if you guys do that? Fatty laughed coldly. He wasn't afraid at all. Although some people were immediately interested, they all stopped in their tracks when they heard Fatty's words. If we do that even in a game, then we'll really lose all our face. Then what do you think we should do? You attacked these rabbits, then brought them over. You have to be responsible for dealing with them. Otherwise, can you even burden the responsibility of affecting everyone's leveling time? Since they were already enemies, Warshield of the Beastman team kicked Fatty when he was down. Yeah, we all have to farm. Since so many people agreed, Eastgate Blowing Wind also spoke up to see what kind of ideas Fatty had. Are you guys stupid? Fatty looked at the other players in utter disappointment. What are they? Rabbits! Are rabbits scared of fire? There's so many of us here. If we each throw out a torch, we can burn them all to death. Oh yeah, what a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Fatty twitched his mouth. You guys didn't even think of such a simple idea. No wonder you guys can't even afford an item. Time to roast us some rabbits. The entire village of players moved. However, what did those without torches do? They all ripped a few strands of clothes from their starting items, which they no longer used, then tied it over a few sticks. Soon, over 1,000 torches were created, every single player as they waited to roast the rabbits. Light them! Blowing Wind of the East Wind took upon the role of the commander without any hesitation. Following his orders, lighted torches were chucked outside the village, one after another. What a sight! Fatty rubbed his hands and watched as the players frantically threw the torches. Seriously, this seems comparable to the fireworks at Tiananmen or National Day. Although the hares were high level, they were instinctively scared of fire. Seeing the wave of torches, even the Rabbit King, who swore to swallow Fatty whole, couldn't help but scream, causing the entire horde of hares to scatter and retreat. Kick the burnt bunnies! Fatty shouted, then jumped out in pursuit of the hares. He still had several tens of rabbits to kill to complete his mission. He couldn't let them leave so easily. Kill! The entire village of players rushing out, creating a scene that was even more magnificent than that of the torch throwing. Pretty much every single hare had 2 or 3 players hot on its tail. Kill. Keep killing them here. Fatty ran through the herd and did not touch or even so much as look at the hares, then continued to sprint forward. These hares naturally have to return wherever they came from, and that includes the rabbit boss. I can use this chance to destroy their nest. Follow him! Fatty's focused run instantly caught the attention of some other players. Several players who were clearly in a team followed him stealthily. Even Eastgate Blowingwind hesitated for a moment, but in the end he chose not to follow and merely led his team on a slaughter of the surrounding hares. Huh. Fuck, they actually dare to stalk Lord Fatty. Fatty was no ordinary person, so he instantly noticed the people stalking him. He thought for a moment to get rid of those pesky rats along the way, only to remember just how important the mission was to him. I'll deal with them after I'm following the bunnies back to their nest. Brother Grubber, be careful, someone's following you. At that moment, Eastgate Blowingwind suddenly sent a message over. Fatty smiled. This guy's pretty nice. The hares had arrived quickly, but also retreated very quickly. When they reached their fields, they immediately scattered in different directions, yet a herd of them still remained together and raced towards a faraway hill, then disappeared into it. Okay, their nest is definitely over there. Fatty stopped in his tracks when he confirmed the location of the hare nest. He leisurely ripped a stalk of grass from the fields and placed it in his mouth, then began to murder the scattered hares. Seeing Fatty stop and wait for them, the people following him also resolutely stopped, then turned around and ran in the other direction. They're so low level, killing them for their equipment is just a waste of my time. Fatty shrugged, then started to clear out the hares in his surroundings. Chapter 9, Cloud Dragon Gang. Although less than 100 hares had returned with the original herd, Fatty still had to spend over 2 hours clearing everything due to all the refreshes. However, that did allow him to reach level 5, and only a bit more experience was needed for him to reach level 6. Star Fantasia had said outright in the advertisements that leveling up would be very difficult in the game. After a day of playing, Fatty saw that it really wasn't just difficult. I've killed so many monsters above my level, and yet I haven't even reached level 6. Alright, it's here. Fatty ran over to the hill, just like he had expected. There was a bowl-sized hole on the ground right amongst the grass. If he didn't come over to check it out, he definitely would have missed it. I wonder how many rabbits are in there. Fatty thought to himself, then took out Blacksmith's tool and began to dig. Tool is really nice. He was able to dig a 2-meter deep hole with a diameter of over a meter right in front of the entrance to the hare's nest. Then, he stuck some sharpened branches into it, creating a makeshift trap. Due to that, his trap abilities mastery also increased by 1. All of the starting packs contained a flint that could only be used 10 times, so that it was more convenient for the players to start a fire in the wild. Fatty went around to gather some dried grass in the surroundings, then started a fire. As the fire burned, he began to fan the flames, directing all of the smoke into the rabbit hole. Not long later, a rabbit hurried out frantically, only to fall into the trap and were pierced by the sharpened branches, giving several tens of experience to Fatty. Fan, fan, fan! Fatty fanned the flames excitedly. As more and more smoke was sent into the rabbit hole, many rabbits began to hop out, only to fall straight into the trap and get turned into another piece of meat on the skewers, while providing Fatty with a hefty amount of experience. Half an hour later, even though the entire hole should be filled with smoke, Fatty still didn't see the Rabbit King. What's going on? Fatty looked around, then saw a sliver of smoke arise from afar. He facepalmed. Damn it, I forgot a rabbit always digs many holes! Fatty packed up quickly, then ran towards where the smoke was. However, when he arrived, he saw that some people were already there. It was the group that had tailed him earlier. There were 8 of them in total, with someone called Cloud Dragonsail in the lead, as they surrounded a golden rabbit the size of a German shepherd. Cloud Dragon Gang clearly owns the place. All of you others should leave quickly, otherwise the consequences are dire. Someone immediately came to block Fatty off when he ran over. Fatty had already used his appraisal on every single one of them. All of them were merely level 3 or 4. Cloud Dragonsail was also merely level 5, clearly showing just how hard leveling up in Eternal really was. Stop. I see. Some players are blocking the boss off in front, while Cloud Dragonsail is attacking behind them. No wonder his leveling up is essentially at my speed, so we got most of the experience from the monster kills. The system used the percentage of damage output against the monster to determine the experience distribution. Since the other players merely blocked off the monster and let Cloud Dragonsail attack, he would naturally gain the most experience. This method also allowed him to take on higher level bosses. No wonder, he's level 5 already. Just passing through, you guys keep doing what you're doing. Fatty waved, then returned to the hill where he'd come from. Pussy. The warrior spat into the floor when he saw Fatty return without saying anything else, then went back to help his team kill the boss. However, Fatty didn't actually give up. 1, 2, 3. Fatty laid down on the slope and counted with his chubby fingers. 100. All right, let's go. Fatty jumped up when he had reached 100, then walked over to where the boss was leisurely. What did you come here again for? This time the Cloud Dragon gang was clearly more nervous. Fatty took a look at the situation and chuckled silently to himself. Only 3 people in the gang remained, but the rabbit boss was still in good shape. Block it off! Block it off! Due to all the players not losing focus for just a split second, the Rabbit King hopped in front of the Cloud Dragon sail and bit down, causing a huge red negative 186 to rise up into the air. He immediately screamed and chugged down a potion. Kill! Fatty couldn't be bothered to bullshit with them. He merely dashed over and activated Chicken King's Madness active ability, Rooster Squawk. Since he had added all of his stat points from leveling up into dexterity, and had his attack and dexterity increased by 30% from the active ability, his speed had reached the limit of the beginner village zone. Before the enemy rogue had noticed what was going on, Fatty already stabbed him thrice, reducing him to a ray of white light back to the village. My name's red now. Ding! System notification. Congratulations, you have created the skill Combo Attack. Reputation plus 50. Oh, I created a new skill. Fatty took a look at his skill column. Combo Attack. Active. Cost 5 mana. Cooldown 20 seconds. Attacks an enemy consecutively. Novice. 3 attacks. Each attack is weaker than the last. Intermediate. 3 to 4 attacks. Advanced. 3 to 5 attacks. Master. 4 to 6 attacks. Grandmaster. 4 to 7 attacks. All of these. Each attack is weaker than the last. Ha! Good stuff. Good stuff. Fatty chuckled and avoided the enemy's attack. Kill the bastard! Fatty's enemies were so shocked to instantly lose a teammate, but they were clearly very accomplished in doing similar things, so the remaining 2 immediately gave up on the boss, attacking Fatty from his flank. I'm terrified. Fatty pretended like he was scared and patted his chubby chest and laughed. He skated on the ground, then rolled along one of his enemies, arriving at his back. He raised the dagger in his hand and stabbed thrice once again, causing another ray of white light to shine. Now only Cloud Dragon Sail is left. Seeing that he was a bit nervous, Fatty chuckled, then looked at the boss with a charming look in an attempt to make the boss succumb to his will. Money Grubber, what do you mean by this? Do you want to steal our boss? Cloud Dragon Sail clearly found out Fatty's name from the other 2 as he shouted. At that moment, he merely held a normal spear, which he bought from the system's shop, and was dressed in beginner's clothing. It was very clear that he wasn't exactly doing all too well in the game. Fuck you. We all know who stole whose boss. Lord Fatty doesn't want to waste his breath. Either you can leave by yourself, or let Lord Fatty send you back for free. Fatty waved the simple dagger in his hand. He had no other choice but to use that dagger because the drop rate in Eternal was way too low. Even though Fatty had killed so many monsters above his level, he only had the basic weapon dropped by the rooster. After all, he couldn't equip the dagger he had stolen from the blacksmith since it required him to be level 8. Fuck, you aren't accepting a favor when given one. I'll kill you right here. Cloud Dragon Sail lifted his spear and thrust the tip towards Fatty. Fatty chuckled, then dodged the attack as easily as water flowed. He then took a few steps forward and got right in front of Cloud Dragon Sail, before slashing upwards Cloud Dragon Sail's throat with his dagger. Minus 181. Fuck! It was clear that Cloud Dragon Sail didn't expect Fatty's attack to be so high as to nearly one-shot him, when Fatty was merely a rogue. The only reason he even survived was because he was a warrior. If he were any other class, he would have just died. Seeing his HP bar drop like a brick once again, Cloud Dragon Sail's eyes flashed with what was clearly a nervous light. He immediately brought out another pot to chug down while he swept forward with his spear. Zing! Fatty stopped the spear with his dagger. It dealt less than 10 damage. Die! Fatty slid his dagger along the spear and into Cloud Dragon Sail's hand. Cloud Dragon Sail could only let go of the spear, allowing Fatty to take the chance and punch him on the stomach. As Cloud Dragon Sail bent over from the pain, Fatty kneed him backwards, sending him spinning into the air. Then, when he finally reached the ground, he had already died. Another ray of white light shone, signaling the return of another player to the respawn spot. Fatty gave a middle finger to where Cloud Dragon Sail died. Whenever a player died in battle with another player, their level would drop by 1. That means that when a level 8 player with 70% full experience gauge died, he would respawn at level 7 with a 70% experience gauge. Thus, Cloud Dragon Sail's death would only cause him to have to farm a lot once more again. Hey, darling, I've returned! Fatty cleaned up the surroundings, leaving him and the Rabbit King. Speaking of which, the Rabbit King was also kind enough to actually wait until Fatty finished. He used appraisal on the Rabbit King. Golden Rabbit King, level 8, attack 54 to 65, defense 42, HP 500, skill Rabbit Kick. Hot damn, a level 8 boss! This is good. Fatty picked up his dagger once again and rushed over. Excuse me. Chapter 10, Golden Rabbit King. Rabbits were famous for their speed, and as the Rabbit King, the Golden Rabbit King naturally had its own pride. Its speed was definitely a lot faster than just quick, but it was still slightly slower than a full dexterity rogue. Since the effect of Rooster Squawk had not yet expired, Fatty ran around the Golden Rabbit King like a gust of wind and continuously thrust his dagger at the rabbit's buttocks. Though the damage of the dagger was low, he had thrust her repeatedly, so the Golden Rabbit King soon lost more than 80% of its HP. Squawk! The Golden Rabbit King squeaked furiously, then rolled over and lay on the ground before folding its hind legs as it stared at Fatty. What, you want to seduce me? Lord Fatty's Casanova's reincarnation. I won't take the bait. Fatty chuckled, but still remained vigilant. It's pretty clear that it's about to use rabbit kick attack. Rumor says while eagles hunt rabbits, they always swoop down from the sky. When rabbits are unable to escape, it will lay on its back on the ground and wait for the eagle to approach. When the eagle did, the rabbit would kick with all its might, which would be enough to shatter the eagle's skull. Whoosh! The moment Fatty thrust his dagger forward again, the Golden Rabbit King kicked out with all its might towards him. Ha! I'm so prepared for that. Fatty leaned to the side, using his high dexterity, allowing the two huge rabbit legs to fly past his face. Yet even so, he still received 80-something damage from the attack. Whew, that was close. Fatty had added all of his stat points onto dexterity, so his maximum HP was still 100. If Rabbit King's attack had connected directly with him, then he would have been sent back to the respawn point along with the Cloud Dragon gang. After that final blow, the Golden Rabbit King was clearly lacking in stamina points. Thus, it could only squeak loudly after getting stabbed several times by Fatty before moving on to the afterlife. Ding! System notification. Congratulations! You have killed the boss, Golden Rabbit King. Experience plus 2,000. Reputation plus 100. Whoosh! A white light shone on Fatty. Ding! System notification. Congratulations! You have reached level 6. That level up allowed Fatty to remain firmly seated on the throne of the highest level in the village. Oh yeah, another boss. Fatty looked at the ground at the small pile on the grounds of grass. He counted it briefly. 12 gold coins, 64 silver coins, and a ton of bronze coins. When added with the drops he got from the Furious Rooster and the small mobs, he had 20-something gold coins total. Hey, earning money is pretty simple. Fatty still picked up every single bronze coin with the mindset of wasting things is despicable. After that, he took a look at the remaining equipment that was shimmering with gold light. Wow, a golden item! Fatty leaped over. If one was to look at the scene from afar, then Fatty leaped onto the golden item like a toad leaping over to an insect. He used appraisal. Rabbit King's Cloak, Bronze, Cloak, Level Requirement 8, Defense plus 5, Dexterity plus 5. What the heck? Golden Rabbit King, it's even weaker than a chicken. Fatty was angry. This damn item's clearly tricking me in my emotions. Fatty took a look at his status bar. Damn, I'm only 30% into level 6? That's ages away of level 8. What a shame. If I could equip it right now, then I could go back and pick up cute little girls with this golden cloak. That'd be amazing. Fatty gulped, then put the cape away in a sad manner. At that moment, a sound rang out in the sky. Ding! System notification. Player Cloud Dragon sales announcement. Damn fatso, the damn fatso who lured the rooster and rabbit bosses to block the village entrance, the one called Money Grubber. You actually dared to sneak attack us and steal our boss. We, the Cloud Dragon gang, will never be done with you. Just wait for you to be killed by us back to level 0. Fatty directly ignored it. You need to be level 30 to establish a guild. What Cloud Dragon gang? I've never even heard of it. Ding! System notification. Player Warshield of the Beastmen team's announcement. Money Grubber, you shameless and detestable rogue. Just wait for the revenge from the Beastmen team. Oh wow, they're all rich. It's quite expensive to make public announcements like that. Beastmen's team? Who the heck are they? Fatty never had enough space in his mind to remember small fries. Fatty used Harvest on the Golden Rabbit King's corpse and received a full rabbit skin alongside 2 legs which were guaranteed from rabbits. He took a look at the missions and... all I need to do now is destroy their nest. Little bunnies, let me come in. Fatty hummed random songs as he walked over to the rabbit nest on the slope. He spat into his hands, then raised the small pickaxe up high. Time to work. Fatty might have been a fat rat in the sewers in his past life, so he was extremely quick in digging the hole. His pickaxe picked up a storm as he swung it down over and over again until he dug 10 odd meters into the hole. At that moment, some of the other players had already gone over to the area to level themselves. When they saw that Fatty dug so furiously, they all paid attention to where it was as they slew monsters one after the other and waited for something amazing to appear. Yet, what was strange was that none of the Cloud Dragon gang had shown up. Hop! A rabbit jumped out of the hole and flashed across Fatty's eyes, completely shocking him. Oh, half an hour has already passed by, so the rabbits in the hole started respawning again. Fuck, I have to hurry, otherwise a whole bunch of rabbits are gonna spawn. Then I won't be able to dig anymore. Fatty made up his mind and sped up the speed that he dug. From a distance, he was actually swinging the pickaxe so quickly that he looked like a large windmill. Brother Grubber, Eastgate Blowingman walked over and was dumbfounded by Fatty's digging the hole furiously with blood-red name. Shh, I'm telling you, there's a legendary item down here. It'll belong to whoever digs it out, so don't tell anyone. Fatty whispered mysteriously in a tone that everyone within a 10-meter radius could hear. Legendary item? Ugh, then let me congratulate Brother Grubber from receiving the first legendary item of the game. Don't forget to help little brother out when you get it. Eastgate Blowingman didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Of course, just you wait and see. I'll definitely... Fatty suddenly revealed a strange expression and halted. What happened? Eastgate Blowingman stepped forward, drew his sword, and looked around carefully. All the surrounding players also stopped and inched towards Fatty. Ugh, I ran out of vigor, Fatty said after a long time. Everyone was speechless, and Eastgate Blowingman even nearly fell into the hole Fatty just dug. Ugh, Brother Grubber, if you don't need any help, then keep yourself busy. We're gonna farm. Eastgate Blowingman wiped away the sweat from his face. I'm speechless. I should go back to farming instead. No worries. Go and busy yourselves, Fatty replied. Eastgate Blowingman's team seemed like a group of friends who already knew each other. They merely greeted one another, then started to farm with a lot of teamwork. Fatty sat on the ground to rest for a moment, then made up his mind to roast a rabbit leg. Thus, his vigor filled up very quickly. Time to continue to work. If one was able to look from the sides, the tunnel that Fatty dug was like a long snake that was going around itself in boredom. Fatty had to dig a total of 50-something meters in order to reach the very bottom of the rabbit's nest. Ding! Fatty's pickaxe dug out another piece of rock. This time, it was an iron ore. Fatty rolled his eyes and chucked it into his inventory, then continued to dig. Not long later, he dug out another ore, then another, and another one. Soon he was able to dig out 10-odd more pieces of ore, including 2 bronze ores, which was just enough to complete the blacksmith's mining mission, while increasing his mining skills mastery level to 22 of 100 of the novice rank. Ding, ding! When Fatty finally dug through everything, the rabbit's nest finally opened up to him. He smiled, then reached inside while holding the small pickaxe with his other hand. He found some gold coins, a few bronze coins, a ring, a pair of boots. Let me take this and this. Come to me, my legendary item, and ouch, who bit me? Fatty's eyes shone like little stars just as he was going to grab his legendary item, but at that very moment he felt a pain in his hand and saw that his HP began to drop. He took a look. It was a rabbit which had just spawned. When the rabbit saw that its home was getting torn apart, it immediately bit down on the invader without even thinking twice. You dare to interrupt Lord Fatty's dream? Maybe someone else can do it, but I can't. Fatty was outraged. He threw his pickaxe to the side, grabbed a health pot, and chugged it down using his left hand, while he took out his dagger with his right hand to end the unlucky rabbit with a swift combo attack. Fuck, I didn't even use a single pot when killing the boss, and I actually had to waste one here? Fatty cursed as he harvested a rabbit skin and 2 rabbit legs. He reached out to search around once again, but nothing. Huh? Still nothing. Fuck, so it's just a diversion. They sent a rabbit over secretly for me to kill, then moved all the treasures away as I was occupied. Damn, even rabbits know the 36 stratagems nowadays. And that's end of chapter 10, y'all. If you want to know what that ring is, like you gotta figure out what's going on here. You got some gold coins, but hey, if you want to know what this ring is, if you want to know what a pair of boots are, you got to click that link in the link in the description and check out Show Me the Money, because that was chapter 10, and I don't know, I like it so far. It's a little bit goofy. It reminds me if you took a Bai Sha Chen from A Will Eternal and combined it with Grid from Overgeared, and then just made it a little bit more comical, and you have this novel so far. But we're only 10 chapters in. I'm assuming there's going to be some larger story that opens up aside from just him getting money, but he'll get money and then probably have some friends along the way. Eastgate Blowingman probably is going to be his first friend. I mean, he's already his friends list, but probably like the first like person who he goes and like farms with or something like that. But I think what's interesting is he'll probably meet people along the way who are also like him, want to make a lot of money. That would be different than the other novels where it kind of seems like the whole money grabbing aspect drops off after a bit. So if they do that and bring in other characters to make money with him, and it's kind of like a team of people whose sole purpose is, hey, let's make money, I think the novel could get really interesting and really cool. Chapter 11 is entitled Python. I'll let you guys figure out and read that for yourselves. But as for now, this is the end of my chapter coverage of Show Me the Money. Obviously, we still have the translator interview, and I'll be doing a little bit of a discussion thing if I need to, but I kind of covered everything here, but we'll see. But stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube to the Immortal Index. Check me out on Twitter at Immortal Index. Also, again, support AfterBuzz TV because it's my baby. I've been working there for 7 years. So if you want to help me out, do that. You can also support me on Patreon, but I don't really offer anything right now. But if you just want to like put $1 in, I'll give you a shout out. I'm down for that. But whatever. Soon to be the expanded podcast. I'm definitely getting my PC soon, which has a lot more memory. So a lot of these issues caused by like this laptop not really being the best at loading several things at once will be solved. And then if you guys want, I've been thinking about it, but I could do some like, if there's any games that are like Wuxia or Xianxia related that I can download for PC and play on here, and you guys want to see me play for a bit and talk about kind of the references and stuff, let me know. That might be fun. So anyway, hit me up, follow the show, and if nothing else, just keep staying awesome and keep being the best fans ever for watching the show, because honestly, I wouldn't be able to do it without you. As of now, though, I think I'm going to wrap this up, and I will see you all for the interview on Saturday night. Take care, guys. Thanks so much for watching.